Today, we are talking about the severe outbreak of hand, foot, and mouth disease, or HFMD, that is currently sweeping across multiple U.S. states. You've probably seen the headlines. Local news in states like Maryland, Virginia, Tennessee, and Wisconsin is reporting a massive surge in cases, with some experts saying the numbers are 4 to 5 times higher than normal. In this video, we will discuss in detail, what is this disease? Why has this happened? And why is this 2025 outbreak so much worse than usual? What are the causes? Most importantly, what are the symptoms, especially the atypical ones everyone is talking about? How can you protect yourself and your family from getting it? And if you or your child is already affected, how do you fix it? We'll cover all of it, including the latest research and recommendations. Hand, foot, and mouth disease, or HFMD, is a name that sends a shiver down the spine of any parent with a child in daycare or preschool. For decades, it has been a well-known, if dreaded, rite of passage for many toddlers. It's known for being highly contagious, causing a few days of misery with a mild fever, signature blisters on the hands, feet, and in the mouth, and then resolving on its own. However, the situation unfolding in the United States in late 2025 is something entirely different. This is not the classic HFMD of years past. We are witnessing a widespread and unusually aggressive outbreak that is alarming parents, overwhelming pediatric offices, and baffling school systems. States like Maryland, Virginia, Tennessee, and Wisconsin are at the epicenter, reporting an explosion of cases. This isn't just a small uptick, it's a deluge. Pediatricians and epidemiologists have noted that the case volume in their clinics is not just double or triple, it's 4 to 5 times what they would typically expect to see. But it's not just the sheer number of cases that's causing alarm. It's the nature of the illness itself. The 2025 outbreak is characterized by symptoms that are more severe, more widespread on the body, and are affecting a broader age range, including a surprising number of adults. This has led to the term atypical HFMD dominating searches. In this deep dive, we will unpack every facet of this outbreak. We will explore the specific virus driving this surge, Coxsackievirus A6. We will examine the perfect storm of factors that created this public health challenge, including the immunity gap. We will then provide a comprehensive guide to the symptoms, prevention strategies, and a step-by-step treatment plan for managing the symptoms at home. So, to understand why 2025 has become the year of atypical HFMD, we have to look at 3 converging factors: the pathogen, the population, and the environment. First is the pathogen. For many years, the dominant cause of HFMD in the United States was Coxsackievirus A6. This strain is responsible for what we think of as classic HFMD, a mild fever and a sparse rash. However, a different, more formidable strain has been emerging, Coxsackievirus A6, or CVA6. This is the virus responsible for the 2025 outbreak. CVA6 is a different beast entirely. It is associated with higher fevers, a profuse and widespread rash that can look like chickenpox or severe eczema, and it is far more adept at infecting adults who have no immunity to this new strain. The second reason is the population. This is the central reason for the scale of the outbreak. From roughly 2020 to 2023, the world engaged in unprecedented levels of social distancing and masking to combat COVID-19. This had an unintended side effect. It also stopped the spread of almost all other common childhood viruses. Children born during this period lived in a protected bubble. Their immune systems were not exposed to the usual barrage of Coxsackieviruses. This is the immunity gap. Now, in 2025, with all restrictions gone, these children are in group settings for the first time, and their immune systems are naive. The virus isn't just finding a few susceptible children, it's finding an entire classroom of them, allowing it to spread like wildfire. Finally, the last piece of the puzzle is the environment. The virus is an enterovirus, meaning it lives in the digestive tract and spreads through the fecal-oral route. In a daycare, a worker changes a diaper, fails to wash their hands perfectly, and then touches a toy. That toy goes into another child's mouth, and the chain is complete. The virus also spreads through respiratory droplets and fomites, or contaminated objects. Here's the key: Coxsackievirus, but the symptoms don't stop there. With CVA6, there are two bizarre, but harmless, after effects. About 1 to 3 weeks after the illness, you may see skin peeling on the palms and soles. This isn't a little flaking, it can be large sheets of skin. It's painless and harmless. The second, more alarming symptom is nail shedding, or onychomatosis. Approximately 3 to 8 weeks after the illness, you may notice your child's fingernails or toenails detaching and falling off. This happens because the high fever and inflammation temporarily stop the nail from growing. It is also painless, and the nail will fully regrow. And a note on adults: if you get HFMD, be prepared. Adults frequently report the throat pain as the worst sore throat of my life, and the pain from the blisters on the hands and feet can be debilitating. Given how contagious and resilient this virus is, prevention requires a multi-layered approach. First, master the hand wash. Soap and water is king. Alcohol-based hand sanitizer is not effective against this virus. You must use soap and water, and the friction from scrubbing for at least 20 seconds is what physically removes the virus. Wash your hands constantly, especially after changing a diaper. Second, you must disinfect your environment. Remember, this virus can live on surfaces for days. Your normal cleaning routine is not enough. You must use a disinfectant that is effective against non-enveloped viruses. The cheapest and most effective option is a bleach solution, 1 tablespoon of household bleach per 4 cups of water. Use this on all high-touch surfaces like doorknobs, light switches, and plastic toys. Finally, isolation and community measures are key. Keep sick kids home. Do not be the parent who gives your child Tylenol to hide the fever and sends them to daycare. And enforce a no-sharing rule for cups, forks, and towels. But if your family gets hit with HFMD, it's important to set your expectations. There is no cure or fix. It is a virus, so antibiotics will do nothing. Your job for the next 7 to 10 days is to manage the symptoms. Your entire focus must be on pain control and hydration. For pain and fever control, do not wait for the child to seem in pain. You should alternate acetaminophen, like Tylenol, and ibuprofen, like Advil or Motrin, on a strict schedule. For example, ibuprofen at 6 a.m., acetaminophen at 10 a.m., ibuprofen at 2 p.m., and so on. This provides 24-hour pain coverage without exceeding the safe daily dose of either. The second pillar is hydration. The mouth sores make swallowing agonizing. Your goal is to get any liquid in, any way you can. Cold is your friend. Think ice pops, slushies, smoothies, ice cream, and ice-cold water. Also, soft and bland foods like applesauce, pudding, and yogurt are good. You must avoid the acid and salt enemies. No orange juice, no lemonade, and no salty foods like crackers. For older children who can swish and spit, you can create a magic mouthwash. A common doctor-approved version is a 1-to-1 mixture of a liquid antacid, like Maalox, and liquid diphenhydramine, like Benadryl. Have the child swish gently for 30 seconds and spit it out 15 minutes before you want them to eat or drink. The antacid coats the sores, and the Benadryl provides a local numbing effect. For the itchy rash, cool oatmeal baths and calamine lotion can provide relief. You can manage 99% of HFMD cases at home. But you need to call the doctor if you see red flags for the 2 main complications: dehydration and, very rarely, neurological issues. Go to the doctor immediately if you see signs of dehydration: no wet diapers for 4 to 6 hours, no urination in over 8 hours, crying with no tears, sunken eyes, a dry, sticky mouth, or extreme lethargy. Also, seek help for a severe headache with a stiff neck or vomiting, as these are very rare signs of aseptic meningitis. To conclude, the 2025 outbreak of hand, foot, and mouth disease is a stark reminder that viruses are constantly evolving. This is not the mild disease you might remember. It is a more severe, more contagious, and more alarming illness caused by the CVA6 strain, which has found a perfect foothold in a post-pandemic population of immune-naive children. This virus is miserable, but in the vast majority of cases, it is not dangerous. Your battle is not against the virus itself, but against its two primary symptoms, pain and dehydration. Here are my recommendations. For parents, practice vigilance, not panic. Your child will be miserable, but they will recover. Your only job is to manage their pain and push fluids. Trust your gut if the child seems off in a way that is more than just sick, or if they show any red flag signs, call your pediatrician. For schools and daycares, reevaluate your hygiene protocols. Your current cleaning schedules may not be enough. You must use a bleach-based disinfectant. Hand sanitizer stations are not a substitute for mandatory, supervised 20-second handwashing with soap and water. And for the future of research, this outbreak underscores a desperate need for a vaccine. The latest research is now focused on developing a single shot that could protect against multiple strains. Until that vaccine arrives, our best and only defenses are the most basic: soap, water, and vigilance.